Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back for another video, and today we're going to be reacting to the top 15 rides at Phantasialand, which is a theme park in Brule, or something related to that name. I tried to pronounce it, but man, it's a complicated pronunciation. Just south of Cologne, on the west side of Germany. I guess that would be the Rhineland, maybe. And this is going to be a comparison video because I have gone to quite a few different theme parks and been on a lot of different roller coasters in the United States, but never in Germany. And we've reacted to a indoor water park, but I don't think we've reacted to any roller coasters in Germany. So it will be interesting to see that German engineering put to the test. And yeah, hit the like button, guys. Hit subscribe. Let's get right into this. Maybe next time in Germany, I'll be on one of these roller coasters. And it's important to note for this video that I am afraid of heights. But sometimes I'm able to push through that fear and go on the roller coaster despite that.
Phantasialand is one of the world's best theme parks. This park is located in Germany, and while it may be small in terms of land, it has some of the most immersive and unbelievable theming in the world. Each area teleports you to a different world, and that theming is accompanied by an exciting ride lineup. Phantasialand currently features 7 different roller coasters and several notable non-coasters, so in this video I will rank my top 15 favorite rides and attractions at this theme park. Number 15, Fengju Palace. This Vekoma Madhouse is the first of many themed attractions you'll find in this list. The facade is this ornate oriental palace, and then you have a pre-show with a decent ninja battle to set the story. Then the ride itself is one of the best of the genre between the theming and ride system. The benches in the Vekoma models have more movement than you may expect, so the illusion that the room is actually inverting is quite convincing. Number 14,
Wow.
Geister Rickshaw. I love how this classic dark ride is almost always a walk-on, but it does feel dated. The ride has expansive sets with a few massive animatronics. Several scenes are reminiscent of Disney's Haunted Mansion, but this ride is very slow-paced and lacking on wow moments. Number 13, Crazy.
I like how it seems like so far they have a theme with each of these rides, like a really distinct theme, and they stick with it.
Bats. This Vekoma creation is an odd indoor roller coaster. Unlike Phantasialand's other themed attractions, Crazy Bats feels sterile. This coaster takes place in a dark, unthemed box. The one thing this ride has going for it is its length. This ride has a whopping 3 lift hills and 3,852 feet, or 1,174 meters of track, but it just doesn't do much with that length. Only a few turns offer mild force at best. Number 12, Reich. This Vekoma family boomerang is intertwined with Terran. It's sort of hard to separate the two from a distance because both coasters are black and have similarly twisted track. Reich has a tummy-tickling initial descent, but this ride is all about the visuals as you wind your way through Klugheim and under Terran. The layout may be short, but it's a decent family coaster. Up next would have been Hollywood Tour. This now closed boat ride felt like Disney's Great Movie Ride crossed with Pirates of the Caribbean. The ride began with a tiny drop before passing iconic scenes from famous films. Like Geister Rickshaw, some of the sets were dated, but the source material on this dark ride was far more engaging. Number 11, Hotel Tartuffe. This themed funhouse is an attraction you may not expect to see at a major park like Phantasialand. Unlike most funhouses that have barely any theming, this one takes guests on a wild journey through a chaotic hotel. The visuals combined with a goofy soundtrack augment the abundance of effects. You have some of my favorite gags like sliding stairs, a rotating barrel, and a fast, near-vertical slide at the end. This is my second favorite funhouse in the world. Number 10, Colorado Adventure. This Vekoma creation is one of the best mine trains in the world. This coaster is
Speaking on the topic of fun houses, although they're not necessarily fun, since Halloween is coming up, what is I think we should react to a video about Halloween in Germany. Do you guys celebrate it? Like, how heavily is it celebrated? Are there haunted houses, haunted trails, things like that, where people jump out and grab you? You sign a waiver, but God, that stuff is scary. That's what I was thinking about with that fun house. Like, I remember I went through a haunted house and there was like a curtain and you had to walk through, there was a curtain on either side, and underneath the curtain there were people, and like they would grab your feet and stuff. Oof, that stuff it will scare you.
Incredible length, Vekoma Creation is one of the best mine trains in the world. This coaster's incredible length, with 4,199 feet, or 1,280 meters of track. And the layout is pretty scenic too, between all the tunnels and rock work. Then you also have an extended indoor section in total darkness that feels out of control.
Oh, that sounds
Just make sure to ride this coaster in the back. If you ride there are some larger drops that offer a little bit of airtime, and you're really whipped through those turns, generating some sudden laterals. Number 9, Talokan. The world's best top spin is just as fun to watch as it is to ride. This Hoos creation is unbelievably well themed. You have tons of fire and water effects, plus a massive hieroglyphic wall that encases the attraction. This curved wall messes with your sense of direction, and it's super disorienting. And those visuals are paired with an intense ride experience. Talokan has 2 sets of 5 flips that pull some incredibly strong positive Gs. It feels like the rides try to jam you through the harness with all that force. Number 8, Mystery Castle. This is a very unique drop tower. The ride begins with a creepy queue line.
I can't do drop towers. That the feeling like of anxiety before you go on just isn't worth it for me. I can do small ones, but like the big ones, bro.
Through a haunted castle. The scenes get darker and more mysterious as you go deeper into the castle, and I've heard the park occasionally has scare actors in there. Then the ride itself is a rare system from Intamin. Housed in a 213-foot or 65-meter tall tower, this one has some cool lightning effects on the ceiling, and the deafening air blasts are quite intimidating. The ride rapidly pulls riders to the top, and eventually drops them back down, giving a decent free-falling sensation. Few drop towers are as themed as this one, and the exact program can vary depending upon the time of day. Number 7, Mouse au Chocolat. This feels like Ratatouille crossed with Toy Story Mania. You have the same ride system as Toy Story, with a pop gun and 3D targets. And you need to blast mice with pastry shooters that have overrun a bakery.
That's pretty fun.
The ride is just as addictive as its Disney's equivalent, and the cartoony scenes are pure chaos. It can be a little tricky to find the high-value targets in the busy sets, but it's rewarding when you actually hit them. Number 6, River Quest. This is one of the best river rapids rides in the world, if not the best. This Hafima attraction isn't your ordinary rapids ride. In fact, there are barely any rapids. Instead, you have grand theming and 3 frightening drops. Each of those drops feels completely out of control. The first one pinballs you off the side of the drop. The second is the best, as it starts as a curving whirlpool with laterals before straightening out into a straight steep bit. Because of the speed you've built up, you get a pop of airtime in that little drop at the end, and a downright violent deceleration on the splashdown. The third drop is a small but steep one, augmented by waterfalls on both sides. All 3 drops create massive splashes, so you're almost guaranteed to come off drenched. Number 5, Windjus. This bizarre Mauer spinning...
Don't get me wrong, I love the river rides and the water-related rides, but like, getting wet sucks when you weren't prepared to get wet. I mean, if it's a hot day outside, then you'll dry off quickly, but it looks cloudy in this video.
Coaster has 2 separate tracks, Force and Fear. Like most coaster enthusiasts, I prefer the Fear side because it has the better drops, but both sides are super fun. You get some great spinning throughout, and the drops are sweet when you take them sideways or reverse.
That looks fun.
Then each side has some special tricks I don't want to spoil here, but they're sure to leave you laughing and questioning what just happened. Number 4, Chiapas. This creation is one of the world's best log flumes. This Mexican-themed flume is stunningly beautiful. This water ride takes you over and through caves, and also mixes in the occasional dark ride scene, with the highlight being the backwards bit that feels like a dance party with the festive music and club-like visuals. The ride also features some solid drops, with the strength being the final one, which has the record for the steepest drop in a log flume. It's quite tall, so it offers a tiny pop of airtime towards the back, but that's not all. The pullout pulls some surprisingly strong positive Gs, and then you rock it over a speed hill that actually gives some floater airtime. You'll come off this one pretty wet, but it's well worth it for such a complete experience. Number 3. Black Mamba.
Oh.
This B&M invert takes inspiration from Nemesis at Alton Towers, and is similarly reliant on great visuals. The coaster winds its way over, under, and through an intricately themed African village. That theming is what makes this coaster special. And this one also has a much different layout, focusing more on turns and speed, particularly in the second half. And if you ride in the back, you'll get a fairly forceful ride too. The inversions have good snap back there, and the turns and helixes also pull some solid positive Gs. I have a separate review going into more detail, but this is easily in the top half of inverts. Number 2. Terror.
Honestly, Black Mamba looks like my favorite one so far. I love the hanging roller coasters. One thing I was going to say, though, is we're at number 2 already, but I feel like they've included almost every geographical region in the world in the roller coasters. Like, they got Africa, they have Mexico. They had 2 American-related ones. One was Hollywood, the other was the Colorado mining one, maybe even more. So, I like that, diversity of roller coasters and how they're themed. Pretty cool. They need a German-themed one, though.
Aaron.
Maybe, like, you ride on a giant currywurst, and there's seats carved out, and then you get sprayed with curry ketchup at the end. That would not be fun.
But this is easily in the top half of inverts. Number 2. Terran. This intimate multi-launch coaster is the anchor of Klugheim, and it is a stunning attraction. The launches have decent power to them, and then you navigate a devilishly twisted layout that's impossible to memorize. The coaster's biggest strength are those visuals as you carve your way through the village and past the rockwork. There are many near misses, but there are also some great elements towards the beginning of the first and second halves. The twisted S-hills offer some good airtime, paired with strong laterals. Both halves do peter out towards the end, but it is still a very impressive coaster that I go into more detail in a separate review. And coming in at number 1 is Fly. The prototype next generation Vekoma flying coaster is easily my favorite attraction at Phantasialand. Heck, it's one of my favorite coasters anywhere. Set in Rookburg, this coaster is a similarly twisted layout to Terran, but I find both the visuals and forces to be superior in this one. Whizzing past buildings and over pathways is magical in that flying position. And if you're in the back, almost every valley and turn delivers crushing positive Gs. I was not expecting this ride to be as forceful as it was, but it really is one of the best coasters in the world for positive Gs if you're in the back of the train. Fly also mixes in 2 unique launches, surprising pops of airtime, and 2 floaty inversions. Fly is a super long ride that's different than the other flyers I've been on, and I really hope Vekoma builds more of these for the reasons I go into in a separate review. So that is how I rank the top 15 rides and attractions at Phantasialand. What are your favorite rides at Phantasialand?
Alright. Okay, so that was the top 15 at Phantasialand. I don't know if there's other theme parks in Germany, if they're better than Phantasialand, but overall, I thought these roller coasters were cool. I like the different themes. One comment I will have regarding the roller coasters, specifically the height, is none of them were even close to, they didn't have any big drops. Like, there are some drops at American theme parks where roller coasters will go up hundreds of feet and go down hundreds of feet in one drop. So nothing here was even close to that, which is interesting to me. I wonder why that is. Is that just because it's Phantasialand and maybe another theme park in Germany has big drops, or is there regulation for how high you can build a roller coaster? I don't know. It was just interesting to me how none of them really had anything too significant. Even the drop tower didn't look that big, the one in the castle, which is coming from me. So, yeah. Despite that, though, it looks like a fun theme park, and I would definitely visit it. Especially that last one. That last one, the position you're in is like a... Like, look at this. I can't even see the people. I don't know
Because
what
in
position.
2 unique launches...
Yeah, I literally can't. I guess you're kind of harnessed in there, but looks fun. So yeah, that was my first glimpse of a German full on German amusement park. So let me know if you enjoyed that one, guys. If you've been to Phantasialand, comment down below what's your favorite ride. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.